Hi there, good morning. This is Bindu Malhotra once again, and welcome for your mindfulness session with me. It's a nice morning. I really like the energy today, and it's all about sensing the energy and being fully present. So, today you have taken time to be on my page, to be here for this session for a reason. So, when you have taken this time, I know with the world around us, with the social media, and being here virtually, what we are doing here is trying to constantly swipe and find something more interesting. But if you are on this page and you're really looking for an experience or a practice and understanding a little bit more about mindfulness, then I would suggest you to take this few minutes and try not to allow your mind to jump on different thoughts of trying to just go something else, do something else, because that's what mind does. So what exactly is mindfulness? So when you are on the social media app, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are constantly stimulating your mind with loads of information. So this is a world and this is a time of information. So we are constantly gaining a lot of information, lots of feeds, lots of thoughts from what's happening on people's mind. And now what we are doing is we are filling our mind with all this information. So all this information is going deep down inside our mind, inside our energy field, and we are filling our mind and energy and soul with all these things. So now our mind is really full because there's so much information there. Yeah, so the mind is really full of information that it has to process. So when you are actually having that time for yourself that you want to unwind and relax, we cannot. And especially with the time of COVID, we have seen that it has been really difficult with mental health, how it has impacted people. So what happens is if we don't take these practical steps of being mindful, of slowing down and having that connection with the mind so that we can slow it down, and we know the tools, the techniques to calm it down, to slow it down, and to put a pause, especially with such a situation. No one can train us to be prepared for something of this sort. And that's why when the mind was too fast and was going on that fast pace, and it was asked and forced to stop because of a situation like COVID, it becomes very difficult for people to then process and understand, how do I do this? Because this is all internal work. And internal work can be very difficult because people don't really know what's happening here. So how do we slow it down? How do we work with this? And how do we understand these tools is what mindfulness is all about. So though it's a very commonly used practice in Buddhist and Hindu religion, we have been using these practices for years and years. And it's a very powerful technique. Every technique that's part of mindfulness practice is a very practical tool and technique. So I asked you all to take a nice cup of something warm for yourself, something that you feel you can sit and enjoy while we're having a conversation, we're having a chat. You can always ask questions, just type it down and I will be happy to answer you. So when you are having that nice cup of tea or coffee, whatever you want to drink for yourself, I want you, because I got mine, this one, it's a little bit different shape of the cup. I like it. It's matcha tea. What I'm doing is I've changed the cup today from the normal cup that I have, so that it changes the same kind of thought process that I have every time I am having a cup of tea or coffee or whatever drink I want to drink, a herbal. I have the same habit patterns of going and grabbing the same cup or the same tools. So today I have a different Japanese bowl. That's how Japanese drink. So it helps me have a different thought process. So now my thought process is different. So I would invite you to grab a nice warm cup for yourself. And while you're making this, allow yourself to be mindful. So mindfulness for many people can be very boring because you know what? We are so stimulated by constantly swiping and moving and changing the subjects that our mind cannot cope up with being stable and still. So when you're here today, I want you to allow yourself and give yourself permission to be here for this session. So you can allow yourself to experience the speed of your mind. You can understand what work you need to do, how urgent this work is for you, or you have worked a lot and you are on a good scale. So whatever it will reveal for you is all notes that you should take for yourself, because that's understanding yourself. If you really want to understand what is mindfulness and how to slow down your mind, it's all internal work, but then every step that we are doing, every technique that we have has an impact on this. So just having this nice bowl, this fancy Japanese bowl that I have, so while you're grabbing your cuppa, I want you to use all your senses, feeling the energy of this bowl or this cup inside your hand, the warmth that's coming, the fragrance that you can smell, the color that it has. Now our mind is so tuned while we're having to do something, like we have to do the dishes, we have to take a shower, we have to drink a glass of water. We are constantly doing the things, but we are not present in that moment to really integrate and to be interactive with that thing that we are doing. And that's what brings our mind to slow down and to be present, because our mind is so full with all the information from the social media and all the world around us that it's full. And mindfulness is actually emptying your mind and relaxing and slowing it down. So just with this cup, I want you to take your time to, if you want to make your nice warm, even a glass of water or whatever it is, just fully be present with it. The element that is in your hand, which is a part of your body as well. So this body is made up of 5 elements. So just being mindful of, you are nurturing your body with the food or the drink that you're going to take in. And in a way, this is fuel for your body. So what kind of fuel are you putting inside your body? Is it caffeine based? Now, it's just a question. It's just a thought. There's no rights, no wrongs. Why are you drinking this? Do you like the taste? Do you like it? Is it just a habit? So asking questions to yourself, why you are involved and fully here in this moment with this cup. And then you can have, like I have questions like, oh, I got this as a gift and it's a lovely thing that I've learned to bring in my lifestyle, to bring in my body. All my friends like it when they're here. So it reminds me of the person that gave it to me. And it reminds me of the health that I choose for myself or to bring in my body. So now when I take a sip, I'll try and take a sip. Ask yourself a question again. What does it taste like? Feel the sensation around your palate. How does it taste? How does it smell? How does it feel on the skin? You're fully involved and engrossed in this situation, in this doing process. And you're not allowing your mind to waver with different thoughts of, I need to do this, I need to do that. Bring it back to this, because you have taken time to be involved with this mindfulness session, be involved with this experience, and be involved with the cup that you're having in your hand. And if you don't have any cup, it's okay. Just be present with the environment, your room, the silence around you. Maybe there's just birds singing out there. Maybe I can hear a dog barking. So just using all your senses and being here in this moment is enough. So sometimes when we do these practices, the simple techniques of mindfulness, it reminds us that we are enough and everything is fine. We don't have to think about, oh, I need to think about this or I need to do that. It's okay if we can enjoy this 5 minutes with this cup, thinking nothing but just experiencing and enjoying and marinating with this lovely experience and letting the thoughts come on the surface, which is only related to this experience. So your mind would love to jump on, why am I doing this? Why am I listening to this? Is there something interesting going on that I'm missing? The fear of missing out. Or what is this all about? Yeah, I know all this. So it's all about understanding that all these techniques can sound very simple. We do it. But the thing is, when we really sit and experience it, we realize how much are we truly involved and how much is our mind racing. So this is not, mindfulness is not like a technique that you can learn by 1 hour session or 2 hour session or a course. It will give you all the techniques, the tools that you need, but it's a lifestyle. You integrate that in everyday lifestyle. So in different situations, in different settings. So it's programming your mind. It's training your mind. Sometimes you need a coach to constantly bring you back. As a therapist, I like to bring people to that place, but their inner chatter is so, most of the time my cases that I have here are so extreme that the inner critical mind is biting them too much that they can't stop it. So it has gone to the extra extent where I need to give them a session, clear all that negative chatter. Now they're ready to do the mindfulness practice. So sometimes we are on an extreme level of not taking the breaks, not putting the handbrakes at right time. So with the mindfulness practice, it has to be with every step and it has to be integrated in your life. Okay, your life is busy and you have work and you have children where you have to be extrovert and you fully get engrossed with the work that is for others and for office and everything else, and then you forget about being present and mindful. Well, it's a practice. If you start taking small practical steps for yourself, say for example, first thing in the morning, if you get up at 6, get up at 5:30, and this half an hour is for you to sit in that introspection, checking yourself and really involving and interacting with yourself, with your thoughts. It's a practice, but when you slowly do that every single day, before getting up out of your bed and before falling asleep, if you practice this twice every day, just practical steps for yourself, it will give you lots of tools. So initially it may be a little bit struggle where your mind is not resting and not relaxing, but then slowly as you practice these techniques, it will help you slow down. Just like this cup, as every time you're drinking this, you're being more mindful of the palate, how where it's touching, the warmth, is it gone cold, do I like this fragrance, do I not like it, and being honest and fully there. So you are fully involved with this process of just that cup. Now you can also use different tools. I am going to share with you some tools like some asanas, some mantras, some breath work, and a lovely experience of meditation. So now this is very much into our ancient Buddhist and Hindu practices. So I'm going to involve few of that so that we can take something from my toolbox to your toolbox, and then you can use this. As I was talking about, mindfulness should be a part of your everyday life. So all these tools and techniques are for you to bring attention to the here and now, because our mind can easily go everywhere. He likes to go in the past, in the future. I have so many clients coming here, especially single women. They talk about a lot about a man, a dream, a pattern that they are stuck in, a kind of a toxic relationship, and how important a man is. And no matter everything is there in their life, they are stuck with that belief, that thought, or that projection they have about happiness, and then they cannot enjoy their life here and now. Most of the married women I have here are talking about the partners or their husbands, how bad they are, and how they're not listening, how they're not caring, how they're not. So what is happening here? And of course, with men, I have problems with it, which is different, which is either addiction or the breakups and how difficult it becomes then for them. So there are different topics that people have, but the mind can be overpowered with that dominant problem. So what I suggest people is, if there's something really burning on the surface, get help to sort it out. Once it is out of your system, of your energy, now you're fully in your stable consciousness that you can integrate any meditation practice, because most of the meditation practices are on the conscious level. So it doesn't change your patterns or habits. But just like I have changed this cup to a bowl, this is breaking a pattern. So never have habits which are monotonous, where people can predict, which is so like, this is who I am, and being in the comfort. Because when you are in that comfort and that mindset of habit patterns just the same, you are stuck with the rigid mindset, and that's not going to let you live and be happy, because you are stuck with it. And if anything changes, like just the COVID, when something changes, you are not ready to cope with it. So when you have newness, when you have, especially people when they are living in a rented place, I always tell people, find a new place. And every time you're packing and going to a new place, your mindset is fully open to start to experience something new. You want to change your patterns. Like I used to do that with my daughter. If I needed to integrate a new habit for her, the minute I used to travel from my Ireland to India, or from India to Singapore or wherever, I would integrate as many new, because at that time we are fully open to unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we like this place. We don't know how it's going to be. And we are so open that we are ready to change anything. So use such opportunities. I tell people always, when they are having a very tough situation, when they're really hit by a situation where they're really low, feeling really stressed, and things are coming on the surface, that's the perfect time. Like I love that time, because that's the time I can help them with many situations that they were buried and they were never even dealt with. They were hiding. They didn't never wanted to work. One of my sisters, she's really hard to hypnotize because she doesn't let her control. So hypnosis is a self-consent state. So here it is a struggle. So I want to help her, but she doesn't let me help her. So she wants help, but she can't help herself because she's so much in situations that in the past she was out of control. She doesn't want to be out of control. So now she have illness, a situation that the doctors are telling, now you have some illness. Now she's open, because now everything that she wanted to deal with, and I'm like, that's the time I wanted. I was waiting for this time. And no matter how, and no matter how sad the situation is, for me, it's an opportunity to help someone. For you, it should be an opportunity to understand that's the time where all your things that you needed to work on for years that you haven't dealt with, that's the time to work on it. So it's all different tools that I have, and I'm just sharing from my experience, and that's the best I can do. But of course, I have more tools for you, which I have extracted from the Hindus and the Buddhist meditation practices for ancient years long, and everyone used this because they are so much in our daily practice, not something that you have to do out of the normal day. You can do it anytime. It's simple, it's practical. So when you are integrating all these practices in your daily life, it's important to understand that you are paying attention to this minute. So the only thing that you pay here is your attention. Your attention is the most important thing here. Where your attention, so everything on this Facebook, people are putting ads, people are putting feeds, people are putting the pictures, their adverts, their promotions, for what? For your attention. Because as you pay attention to them, it's integrated in your system and you're processing it already. You started to think about it. You started to imagine, if I have that, because they're giving you a picture with it, your life with it. So you have an image deep within, and to live a life or to imagine that life, you already triggered, they've put a seed there already. So your attention is very important, and you need to be very wise where you want to pay your attention. I was for years out of social media. It's only when my hypnosis business wanted me to be in the social media, and my social media gentlemen wanted me to be online and do the live and everything. I understand it was really hard work for me. I could have come off for a meditation or mindfulness practice anytime you tell me. But when it came to selling my products and selling things, this was a hard work for me, because that's so not me and I can't do that. So the thing is, this social media is all about your attention. But how you want to pay attention is your choice, because as personally, if I get the opportunity, I will be completely off social media. This is a direct screen for you that goes straight in your subconscious mind, and it is integrated as a seed inside you. It could be a simple chocolate that you see, a simple course that is there, but it's there somewhere. As you see a picture, you've heard someone talking about it, it stays somewhere. When it's something which is for your mental health, for your meditation, for practice, I know there's loads of positive things, and I have all those on my feed. All the positive things that I can read. Anything that I feel is not good, make sure it's out of your feed. It's out of your energy field. So you don't integrate that, and you don't, because you're not paying attention to that. So now I'm going to bring you back to that meditation practices. So what I want you to do is allow yourself to take this few minutes to fully be present. And I'm going to make you experience these different steps. It may sound boring. It may be a little bit, your mind can be having loads of thoughts. But I want you to dedicate this time to be here, because that will give you an experience of knowing what is your mind like, because you have to work with your mind. No one can work it for you. People can give you lots of courses, they can give you lots of trainings, they can give you attunements, and they can also give you loads of hypnosis and other sessions. But to work on it yourself and to learn how to work on it when you have no help and support, these tools are going to help you. So these tools take work, effort, attention, and time. It has to be a discipline. It has to be every day. And then slowly it becomes automatic because it's a habit. So if you are moving places, if you are open to traveling, and that's why people love to travel, because they change themselves so much. You are open to changes. You are open to anything. So integrate these practices every day. Make sure you don't have the same habit patterns every day. Change even your brushes, the way you want to brush your teeth, those songs that you want to listen. Make sure you bring changes. Don't be predictable. We are not like a switch. Turn it on and the light is on. We are humans. We are full of creativity. So our minds should not be rigid that this is the pattern, this is who I am. Just surprise yourself every day with something different. Try something unique. Try something different. So today you're trying mindfulness. Amazing, isn't it? So feel excited about it. Feel happy that I'm giving this time to this session. I'm looking forward for this. So all right, no more surprises there. So you have done this before, but what I want you to do is just follow every step that I'm going to bring for you. So allow yourself to relax and sit comfortably, and allow yourself to feel the surface that you're sitting on. So I'm sitting on this nice soft mat. It's really comfortable. Feel how your skin, how your body, where you're sitting, how it feels, how it makes you feel, touching the surface with the clothes that you're wearing, how it's touching your skin. Allow yourself to feel the energy of the room, the atmosphere around you. It's nice. Is it cold? Is it warm? Is it just the right temperature? Is the lighting perfect for you? How's the day like? So be mindful of your surrounding, but also be mindful of the environment that you're in. So I'm in Ireland and it's really peaceful around me. It's really nice. Saturday morning, most of the people are in the bed and I'm enjoying this mindfulness session. So whatever it is, just be aware. Just be aware of the surrounding around you. All right. If I was in India, there'll be lots of honking and cars beeping and people cooking and the fragrance and the bells of the chimes and the temples, and it's a lovely atmosphere. So all your senses are fully used. But here right now, only the sense is of silence, calmness, of me being present in this environment that I've created, feeling gratitude for what I've created, feeling happy that I have these techniques that I can share. So this is what my thoughts are. I want you to create your own as you're creating, or just observing what's coming in your mind. And really being mindful of how you're sitting, where your hands are. Now, I want you to focus your attention on your breath. So I'm going to teach you a breath work. Simple old technique of yoga. Very simple. You must have done this many times. But if you have not, this is a very powerful technique of balancing your yin-yang or your Ingala, Pingala, your nadis for Kundalini. So your Sushumna rises from the center, Ingala, Pingala are on the right and left. The male, the masculine, and the feminine. So the purpose of why we do it is if you touch your nostril, if you just touch it just around above your upper lips. Hi, Freddie. So if you just touch it there, your finger, and you breathe in and breathe out, you will know that not necessarily both your nostrils are breathing the air out. Yeah. So try it. To have a balanced breath and balanced body, you need to have both your nostrils working at the same time. So usually the right one is the sun, and the heat, the hot, and the left one is the morn or the night. So to keep a balance, we need to have both the nostrils working. So this kriya or this exercise, yoga practice, helps us to keep a balance and that both the nostrils have the air flowing in and flowing out. So let's try this. So using your right hand, closing. So I'm going to stick these 3 fingers together and I'm going to keep my little finger and my thumb free. Okay? So this is the practice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a deep breath in from my left nostril. So first is I'm closing the right nostril with the thumb. So right one is for the thumb and the left one is for my little finger, pinky finger. Okay? So I'm going to first explain and then we'll practice it, okay, together. So with the left thumb, the left nostril, I'm going to close it. All right? And then breathe in. Hold it and then breathe out. Close it and then breathe in. Then breathe out. So when I breathe in, I'm going to close the nostril and I'm going to breathe out from the other side. Then I'm going to breathe in from the other side and then close the nostril, breathe out from the other nostril. Sorry. So doing it again, I made a mistake, all right? And I accept that. So again, breathing in, closing your thumb and your right nostril, breathing in from your left. As you breathe it in, fill it till your stomach and then close it. As you've closed it, I want you to breathe it out from your right nostril out, emptying your stomach. Breathing in from your right, closing it, and then breathing out. Now do this for 5 minutes with me. And this will balance your yin-yang, ingla-pigla. Breathing out. Breathing in, holding it. Breathing out. Your mind will start to think it's boring. How long do I have to do? Just stay with your mind. Follow the practice. Ignore your mind at the moment. What we say is don't mind your mind. Oh, cover it again. Breathe it out. Nice deep breath in. Breathe it out. And now I want you to slightly change. Make sure when you're breathing in and breathing out, no effort is required. Very gentle breath in. No sound of your breath. Breathing in. Hold it. And as you breathe out, no sound out from your nose. It's an effort, isn't it? You have to be fully mindful as you're doing it. Gently release. And then slowly inhale again. Oh, I had a little sound. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Close it. Breathe it out with no sound. The minimum effort. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Now relax. And you can do the test again. Are your breath balanced? Is both nostrils breathing in and breathing out normally? Now, this was just an exercise that you can practice. And it's good to practice it throughout the day. At least start your day with such a mindful breath work. There are loads of breath work, but this is a very nice one. It clears a lot of illnesses, and it's really good to keep a balance body, mind, soul. It clears the thoughts, it brings in lots of oxygen, and it also balances your Ingala and Pingala. So that was one exercise. Now, you can feel the difference once you start doing such breath work, that, oh, it has an impact. What does it do? It's just breath. We are breathing in every now and then. But when you're mindfully doing something, you're being present in this moment, as per the spiritual philosophy, I'm telling you, that you're actually clearing your karma. Now, how you're clearing your karma? There are some patterns that are just naturally integrated as a habit in our system. We're not even aware. And every now and then we have the same thought process. We are doing the same actions. We are going to reach out to the same things. And we are actually creating the karmic patterns are just still stuck there. When you're doing something unique, different, surprising yourself, and being present in the moment, and just being fully here, you are actually burning somewhere your past karma. And all the karmic patterns are burning and they're becoming weak because they have no longer control over you. And that's why most of the time our mind, which is on the side of ego at the moment, wants us not to be here. So the mind tries its best to keep us in every way possible, in the past, in the future, about people, situations, anything else, but here and now. This is the only two things in your control, which is the minute you are in and the thoughts you want to create or are naturally being created. Trying not to be on board on your thoughts, because that's why we say don't mind your mind at the moment, because most of the time on the side of ego. I think, yeah, it is. So it's very much programmed. Everything is hypnosis. Everything is conditioning. Everything is. So you need to ask questions on every step. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this practice? Why are these ancient practices so powerful that I can feel the energy straight away? I can feel the mind clarity. I feel the fog of my mind is cleared. And it's so simple technique. Why is it feeling so nice? So all these techniques are powerful because they bring you here. When you are here, you are clearing patterns which you are not even aware. So being here, being present is very, very important. And everything in the world wants you to be everywhere else. So stop listening to people, stop listening to your mind, and start connecting with your intuition. And being here is your compass every now and then. And that's what Buddha did. In the ancient practice of Vipassana, what they do is simple work of breath work. That's what he worked on. And he had all the wisdom that he needed. He was fully aware, fully conscious of not just himself, but other souls around him. So I'm going to take you through that gentle practice of Vipassana. And it's a very simple practice. So I'm going to take you to just the first steps of Vipassana. It's a very simple, but very, it will start to trigger everything, yeah? So as you start to do this practice, it will bring everything that you haven't worked on on the surface. So you have to be really honest, and it's a lot of work. And it's very easy for your mind to say, come on, find something else. I feel it's boring. And you will listen to your mind and you will do something else, which is not going to help you. So be here till the end of the session so that you can experience your own mind, the work that you have to do, the urgency of this work then. All right. So for Vipassana, what I want you to do, the Vipassana practice is all about, and the practice is to be silent. Silent externally. So there's so much when you are in your house that your mind has to do. I have to do this, I have to do my dishes, it's my dishes, I've cleaned the dishes, I've done this, I have to take my daughter to this, all those kind of thoughts. So when you're in your house, when you're in your home, you're going to have so many thoughts because so many chores of doing. But when you give yourself that time, that this is my 10 minutes and I'm going to give my 10 minutes without anything else in my mind asking for my attention. This 10 minutes is where you don't entertain any of your thoughts. If you have to turn off any switches, anything on the hob, turn it off and come back. So now you have nothing for your mind to tell you this is urgent, unless and until someone really needs your attention. Okay? So now don't mind your mind if it tells you something when you start this practice. Okay? So now when you're sitting here comfortably, I want you to Understand this practice is all about mastering your mind and your. It's a beautiful practice. It takes time. Usually they are 11 days, 21 days, 41 days of staying in the ashram, in the center, being in silence. Your food is prepared. You just have to do nothing. So doing is gone. Now you have to start being. And there comes your mind. And there comes your monkey mind who wants to talk, who wants to tell you, you haven't paid attention to all my problems. Listen to me, solve this, solve that, do this, don't do this. So that's your monkey mind ready to tell you all the to-do list that you haven't fulfilled, that you haven't paid attention to, issues that you have buried and you've not solved. It is all going to bring on the surface. So that's why right now, don't mind the mind. We will learn the practice slowly. So what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath in. If you don't want to look at the screen, it's fine, it's okay. And just close your eyes if you like to. There's a candle somewhere lit behind me. If you want to focus on that, whatever you want to do, just close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in. And I want you to, as you breathe out, relax, okay? Relax, completely relax. And no matter what your mind wants to say, let it come and go. Don't board on any of your thoughts. Don't start imagining, don't start creating thoughts. Just sit here, listen to my suggestions and just follow them. Simple as that. You have to just do what I ask you to. Simple. So as you're taking a nice deep breath in, I want you to focus all your attention here and now, walking in the framework of your body, just like Buddha. Imagine, as you're sitting here, that your Buddha within awakens, and you are now focusing your attention on your breath. And you are the observer to observe. Just observe, don't interfere, don't change its rhythm, its speed. Just like when we started our breath work, we were taking in deep breaths and deep breath out, and then we were trying to make it as gentle as possible. Yeah, that was attention. But this time I want you to not do anything as you're breathing in and breathing out. Your breath is anyways coming in and out without you paying attention. But this time you're paying attention to how it's coming in and how it's going out, where it's touching. How deep is it going? Are you breathing shallow? Are you breathing deep naturally? Where is it going to? So don't change anything. Don't try to change anything. Just observe. Just observe how it's coming in and how it's going out. Coming in, where it's going, how it's touching your nostrils. Is the air cool, warm, neutral? The one that is coming in and the one that's going out, is the temperatures different? Just observe. Be mindful there. Be present. And it's a very simple technique. Just observe your breath. Even if you don't pay attention, it was coming in and going out. But right now, your job is to just be an observer without trying to change it. Watch your in-breath and your out-breath. Now, I want you to sit completely relaxed. Your back is straight. Eyes are closed. As you're breathing in and breathing out, there could be other places in your body trying to pull your attention. I don't want you to be involved with anything that's happening in your body. So just observe. Don't try to move. Don't try to itch. Don't try to do anything. Just pay attention of what parts of your body other than your breath is trying to pull your attention. Don't mind your mind. But apart from that, physically, your costume. Maybe you're feeling a little stiff in your knees. Maybe you have a little itch in your back. Whatever is happening, just pay attention. And don't allow your mind to go to that parts of your body. Just be aware and come back to your breath. Come back to your breath, breathing in, where it's touching, how deep it's going, without changing it, without changing any rhythm, any speed. And as you breathe out, how you feel. Breathing in and breathing out. Fully present, not boarding on any thoughts. Observe your breath. If you're feeling your nose is a little dry, the hairs inside your nose, nostrils, where is the air touching inside your nostril? Just be fully present with the sense of touch inside your nose as the breath goes in. Don't change anything, just observe. Sometimes you might find it's hard, that you don't want to control, but you're still changing your breath. It's okay. Relax. Try to just be an observer. As you're breathing in, how deep is your breath going this time? Just observe. Are you feeling any itches? Any stiffness? Is your feet got numb? Is your back sore? Are there thoughts, how long am I going to do this? Don't mind the mind, let it all go, and come back on your breath. Normal, natural breath in and out. And this time, as you're breathing in and breathing out, I want you to now focus your attention on your upper lips and the hairs or the skin, what the sensations are as the breath goes out. Just your entire focus is now on the upper lips. How the breath feels as it comes in on the upper lips and when it goes out. Your nostrils, your upper lips, this triangle. Just work on this triangle. Don't change the rhythm, the speed, anything with your breath. Just observe. And by just observing, you're shifting a lot. You're doing a lot here. All right. Now, gently bring your awareness to every part of your body, every cell of your body. As you can now focus your attention, and have you understood how important the observation is? Because as an observer, you have a power. You have a power to actually heal yourself, and you genuinely can. Yeah, you need to understand, you need to believe, and you need to try this. So if there is any kind of itches and scratches and all those kind of sensations in your body, you must have noticed that all the sensations, if you just pay attention to, they come and go. It's a big lesson. Everything on this planet, in this life, comes and goes. People, parents, they were once, now they're gone. Though they're around, but they're not a part of your life. They're not in your kids come, go, partners comes, goes. Sensations comes and goes. Situations comes and goes. What stays is this observer. So when you are an observer, you observe and you realize such deep knowledge and wisdom which helps you to liberate yourself from the unnecessary turmoil that your mind wants to give you. When there's COVID, when there's situations, when there's vaccines, when there's this, mind will have its own interpretation. But when you can learn to be an observer, you learn to detach yourself from those emotional traumas of paying attention every now and then, that okay, I have to turn here, I have to be this. If I don't, it will come and go. It's fine. Yeah. So having that clarity, and now you can start to focus your attention on any place you want in your body, physically, if you feel there's some place needs healing. So you as an observer, observing your breath, traveling deep inside that part of your body, and start to just observe. You can visualize it as it's dark or it's swollen or it's inflated. There's inflammation or something, sorry. So whatever it is, just send your healing. Just observe it's getting clear as you're working on the cells and you're working on the healing and you're clearing whatever needs to be cleared. Your observing is the power. Your attention is the power. So when you pay attention to the right things, your mind slows down because you're not paying attention to it. So it's like you're talking to me right now and someone comes and talks to you and you say, okay, I'm not paying attention right now. And they will go away because you're paying attention here. So your attention is important. And once you learn this art of observing as a detached observer, and then focusing your attention to the right place at the right time, you will start to see the results. You can pay your attention to your relationships that you want to nurture, and you will see the shift, you will see the change. And I would ask you to try and experiment with all this, because I have seen this. I have loads of clients, loads of students that have done this, and I'm talking from my experience, from my students, my clients' experiences. So it's all true, it's all practical, and it's all your attention. So bring your attention to the here and now, and hope this experience, this work with me has given you some tools. You're very welcome to join us for our Mindfulness for Beginners course as well. There'll be loads of tools there. I love to help people be mindful because I feel sometimes it's hard to see people not even aware in situations, in families, in relationships where they have everything but they can't really connect with everyone. So just a little bit mindful, a little bit more attention to people around you, their needs, your needs, being honest to yourself. What is your true needs? Just pleasing others, helping everyone, taking care of everyone but ourselves. Everyone is important but me. That's not right, isn't it? So making sure you are the most important person. First you. When you are full, when the glass is full, then you can distribute as much as you want from that glass. Yeah. If I'm empty, I'm always needy, clingy. I want. And that's not the right attitude to be in the world. So observe, see where there's something that I need to work. So your meditation time is your work to make sure you're full. Wherever there was need, wherever there was pain, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, heal it, clear it. If you need help, take it. And once it's cleared, now you're full, and your practice should be a discipline. It should be every single day. Use these tools which I've just shared with you. They're just simple tools. Anyone can do that. There are lots of breath works, and they're more than just that. So there's lots of work other than just this. But these are the simple techniques, very practical. Anyone can do that. You can do that while you're walking, while you're cooking, while you're taking a shower. Allow not your mind to take on board all your time and attention. Yes, you need to think about some things. You give yourself the time, but you don't give all your time to that, because you need to be here and now, and your attention sometimes is not required to be scattered everywhere. You don't have to pay attention to every single thing. You can choose to withdraw and be an observer, and sometimes not involving in situations where someone is creating a drama, someone is creating something, and it's okay to just observe and do nothing. And sometimes when not responding, not reacting, is okay. Things will come and they will go. So all the simple tools and wisdom that we get from our being mindfulness, being mindful, being present, actually it should be called mind emptiness, should be practiced every day. So hope this was helpful, and hope you've taken something. If there was something that you liked or you disliked, or you want me to change, or you want me to answer, please, I would suggest you to share it in your comment section. And if you feel this was helpful and someone can take benefit out of this, do share it as well. So thank you so much. I wish you a great weekend and lots of love. Bye now.